I just put you there. Do you feel good on the dash? Oh, we went through the river. Coffee is the fruit of my soul. So it's recently come to my attention that some of you 4-cylinder blokes have been talking smack about my little 3a92 triple. So if you think you got something for me, hit me up on the gram. I'm down to race ya. I'm down to race anybody who's got 4 cylinders. You're so slick with your 4th cylinder. And the last guy, he didn't even have a vehicle by the time we got done with it, because it wasn't his vehicle and he had to turn it back into the rental place. But the guy after that, I beat him. And then I sent him back to North Carolina. You know who you are. Today is going to be the first time that I've had Widow out on the trails or even driven the buggy since we've had it on the dyno and put the boost into it. Now, as you guys saw the last time we were running it, had about 120-ish horsepower in it, and that feels pretty unbelievably fast. So now that we've got, you know, 200, over 200 at the crank and 181 at the wheels and 189 pound-feet of torque, I'm not really sure what to expect, but I know it's going to involve fireworks. Probably the head lifting, clean off that engine. So we're going to take it out, see how fast she actually feels with the tune in her. The one part of that dyno graph that I am not pleased with is like the 1,000 to about the 4,000 range. That torque graph looks like half McDonald's arch, like nothing down low, and then at like 3,500 RPM, I get all this torque to about 4,500 RPM, and then it drops off again. So I want to try to smooth that over in those ranges that are outside of that. So I'm going to play around with the VVT timing, see if that makes a difference. I know it'll make a difference. I just don't know if with the boost, if it's going to add to the power or take away the power. I think my VVT is tuned pretty good for the naturally aspirated engine without the boost, but I haven't done anything tuning wise with the VVT since we've been putting boost to the engine. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll be at the trails here in a couple of minutes, and we'll pick it up again once we get there. Boy, Widow's looking good, isn't she? I know she's pretty dirty, but we're really going to put this... Uh-oh. That is not what you want. What was I thinking? Wait a minute. That's not good. I think that was a mistake. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. See how I ran the other one. That one's underneath. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. That is not what I meant to do. All right. So I'll have to reattach that thing up there, and then we'll worry about that later on. But, man, she's looking good. Little K03 hanging out, doing its thing. Too much caffeine this morning. Woo! A little too much caffeine. Just haven't had time to do this stuff at all, like take this thing out and do test drives and tunings and just get a little bit of trail time either. I'm gonna start doing more of that, just getting back to what I love. All right, putting you on the helmet. Oh, check this out. I want to show you guys this. I got a new mount for my new helmet. I had the other one, I can't remember the name of it. It was that chin bar mount that goes across the chin. The other one just had sticky tape and Velcro on the sides, and it's worn out and it's starting to pull loose. But this one was like 10 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave a link for it below if it works well. I'm not gonna link something that doesn't work, but I think it will work. See, it just straps right on and it's got clips, so it's removable. The thing that I wonder is it's gonna, you know, poke me in the mouth the whole time I'm on the trails. Actually, no, I got plenty of clearance between my mouth. Yeah, so, hey, so far it's a win. It seems pretty sturdy, but we'll see how the view comes out on the GoPro. All right, so we'll do a little bit of laptopage first before this rain hits. Now, I don't know if you guys heard that, but at 140 degrees, my VVT kicks in. The question is, what's making more power, with the VVT or without the VVT? I don't know. We're gonna try to answer that question today. Now, I know naturally aspirated, the VVT is making more power, but I don't know if that's going to remain true with the boost. And really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dial in the lower portion of that fuel table, or not even the fuel table, just like the ignition and the VVT on those really low RPMs. Yeah, because it's like really slow off the bottom, and then that boost comes in hard, boys. Like it's so fast when that boost comes in, but it's kind of a slug right off the bottom. So that's what we're trying to correct today with some of this VVT. So it's down here at like 2,000 RPM. The thing about the VVT is it can change your turbo lag pretty substantially. Now I'm looking to see what kind of vacuum changes happen when I just turn it off. That's where we're at currently. I thought I was recording when I wasn't, but I have figured something else out here. VVT makes a huge difference off the bottom. Watch this. Go right into third. Now I'm just going to floor it. Nothing. 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 Wait! Oh, boost! All boost! All the boost! Hard brake, engine brake, all the boost. Woo! Okay, so when that boost comes in, she ain't kidding. So VVT makes a huge difference. Okay, so we know what we need to do. We need to turn boost, or VVT, turn VVT on. What I want to do is I want more VVT earlier, I think is the goal here. But let's see if it takes off a little smoother. No, it definitely doesn't take off smoother. I think that's too much too early. Now 1800. Okay, so now at 1800 we're all in it. Hope that's not what I smelt burning. Okay. Why is a wheel coming out of my engine? What is the deal there? That is a weird place for oil to be. How would oil get on my camshaft sensor? Oil? What in tarnation? Can you boys see this? Why is there oil dumping out of my... Why is there hot oil dumping out of... Why am I... How... Why? What? How is this happening? I do not see anywhere where oil could get out of the engine. Probably one of these connections came loose. So you guys keep an eye on it while I start her up. So it's most definitely coming from this connection over here somewhere. Grab some tools. Well, that's it, boys. I was never a big fan of that connection right there. What it is, I think there's a break or crack or something in this line. All right, so let me show you guys what's going on here. Now, it wasn't kinked like this beforehand, but the oil is squirting out from around this connection right back here. Not here, not there, not over here, not there, not there, but right here is the problem zone. Get that pulled out of there and we'll redo that line. We shouldn't have any problems. That was rough, but I think I got it. Finally figured it out, and the only way that I really got a good straight run in was to use a 45-degree fitting here. So that way this will angle down here, makes its turn, loops around, back up to a 90 and connects. I had to move the whole oil filter this way towards the camera about 6 to 8 inches. Oh, bro.
small bodies of water in Florida means big alligators. Y'all are way braver than I am. All right, I think our rain has subsided here for a few minutes. This is the first time I've been out here on these trails with the turbo, wow, in like a long time. 6 months, a year, I don't even know. Been a while, boys. The sand is so deep and it's hard to turn those big tires through a lot of deep sand. What I'm able to do when I get out here and I do this tune is it helps me to tune the load on the engine, because I get a pretty good load just from going slow speed like this. Like when I'm on a dyno or I'm on a drag track or something like that, it's really hard to get the load increased, because the engine, by the time I have any load on it, it's just going, the thing is going so fast. So this gives me an opportunity to tune that range. I advanced the VVT down in that low RPM range, like in the 2,000 to 3,000 range, and I can tell already that there's a lot more power in it down low. That's a huge benefit. Whoa, that was a big root. See, like down in this really low RPM range, I can just bog it down and let that range get tuned up a bit, because I'm never really able to hit those kinds of loads unless I'm in like really high gear. In fact, I'm going to third, so I can tune this 1500 range. Really, the range I want to get this thing dialed in the most is like 1500 RPM and up. Just keep bogging it down, 1000 RPMs. Ooh. That's the range we want to get that fueling dialed in for. Ah, crap. I forgot when it rains over here just what happens to these trails. Don't really care about much else, but really don't want that laptop to get covered in muck or mud or anything. The normal or the cut through? If I remember correctly, this one is pretty deep. Nope. Not very deep at all. You know, when I go to launch the thing and when I'm shifting, that's the range that's going to help us pull out of a dig from a shift or from a launch. Oh, that one's deep. So if I can get the turbo, if I can get the fueling really good in those ranges, then what's going to happen is the turbo is going to spool faster once the fueling is in a good range. Hi, Papi. Giddy up, get that range tuned. Boy, builds quick. It's actually not that hot out, which is crazy because we were all just complaining about how hot Florida was, like in the last couple of days. I mean, I guess it's still pretty early, but I think the rain actually cooled it off pretty good. Hopefully that'll be the only major rainstorm, because I don't want to get this laptop wet. All right, let's see how we're doing here. We're still tuning. I'm going to do a little tuning here on these lower cells, and we'll get back up here in a minute. Look at that engine rock. Better than engine knock, I suppose. Oil lines look good. Looking good. Looks like we got some more weather coming in here in a minute. This battery's about out. I'm going to swap this out and we'll do a little more tuning and then we'll rip it. I got to get this thing back to the truck here pretty quick or we're about to get dumped on. This will be the second storm of the day. I'm done with the tuning for now. I think it's boosted launch time. This thing's probably going to take a hard left right into these bushes. Watch. braking. Good gravy, she's a handful. Boy, you better have your big boy pants on when you're driving Widow. Now that wasn't a pleasant noise that I've ever heard before. You guys hear that? I am going to need to play the video back to listen to that. Sounded to me like some good old-fashioned detonation right there. I know I said we were going back, but I can't head back after hearing that. The good thing about this engine being right over my shoulder is I can usually hear that kind of stuff. Let's go into our ignition table. Yeah, that's too much ignition for that kind of boost. So a bit much timing there, so that should help. Okay, we're gonna burn that sucker in. I'm just gonna try to keep an eye on these AFRs. We'll do a little spirited run, nothing too crazy, and I'll just keep an eye on these AFRs and listen for detonation of high. That sound was something. I mean, it definitely made a noise. When I edit this video, I'll see what that noise sounded like exactly, but to me, why did that feel so much stronger? I'd had too much timing up there at the top. That felt really strong right there, and that was between 5,000 and 6,000 RPM, and I didn't hear any crackling. Yeah, it was probably timing related, because I don't hear it now. But I'm also trying to hang on for dear life. I think in general the 3a92 is just not a big fan of timing, really. And I learned that lesson early on with this engine when I first put it together, but long before I had any boost run into it. And I was just playing around with ignition timing, and I found that it really much preferred a mild ignition timing map, and actually picked up quite a bit of power in doing so. More timing on the bottom. Left on the top seems to be the way to go with this engine. Another whitetail. Yeah, Widow is a ripper, guys. It feels so much faster on the trails. It's kind of hard to describe. CUV is holding up though. I know a lot of you didn't think it would. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to run a data log. Yeah, there was something I was forgetting. Haven't done any data logging yet. Start logging. If any of you are considering going fully programmable ECUs, Megasquirt has my stamp of approval. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now you touched my butt. It is staying nice and cool, I'll say that. Also haven't been on the trails out here since I had my clutch done. So not only do we have turbo, but we've got Woo! Didn't see that coming, did ya? Oh, my underwear. Oh, you kidding me? Bro. Oh, I can't believe that. That was a freaking tidal wave just went over the freaking computer, man. I had my mouth open. Oh, and I just tasted that mucky water. That's some Florida dirt at its finest. Tasted like Can-Ams. I can't believe I just did that. What the heck, bro? Oh, this is nice. Oh, jeez. So we're done with that for today, and I hope my electronics box didn't pick up a bunch of water either. I should have shut this thing down immediately. That was dumb. I don't even know how to force this thing to shut down. There it goes. Good grief. Oh, look at that. Oh, bro. Look at that. I am like 80% sure that I just cooked this thing. I'm more concerned about this than anything else. But it looks like my face protected my electronics box, so that's good. Golly. Oh, at least I'm nice and cool. Pretty sure I let a few expletives fly for that one. That was unintentional. These CD7s, they are water resistant. Yes, you can take them out in a boat. You can take them out in weather like today. You can even take them swimming in mud puddles. Alright, well that is 2 batteries down. Nothing to see here, folks, just your friendly neighborhood Mitsubishi. Don't stall, don't stall. Somehow I kept that from stalling. Ooh, it is getting rough. Good night. Like some friendly characters. Let's go say hello. I love that I can hear the air flowing through that intercooler when a little bit of boost is being generated. Check the axle, make sure everything's going good. Well, I'll take yours with me. Quick system check. All right, how we doing? CV intact. That's all it needed, guys. It just needed that extra throw out. Belt's looking good. No oil leaks. Looking good, looking good. See how we're doing on fuel. Fuel pumps looking good. Yeah, got plenty of fuel left in her. All systems are go. See, this is really what I needed to do before I got to Durhamtown at all. Was just put some time on the thing and make sure all systems were a go.